So technology science, the last module, explained how the product works. This module, movement science, says, well then how does the body respond and adapt? In its simplest expression, this stimulates natural reflexes in the body to create a rapid reflex response through what we call our proprioceptives. In other words, those things in our skin, our muscles, our joints that tell us where we are in space. So we've got this incoming vibration that stimulates natural reflexes. Let's think of it like this. If you put your hand on your chest and you keep your wrist down, you keep your fingers down, and you take your middle finger and you try to hit yourself as hard as you can. Doesn't matter how hard and fast you do it, it's not very powerful. But in most of life, let's say I asked you to jump. I want you to jump up. The first place you actually go is down. If I ask you to throw a ball that way, the first place you take it is that way. There's a reason in life we go the opposite direction first. Because instead of doing this, when we do this, we stretch the muscles in the body and they naturally respond. So now put your hand on your chest and this time use your other thumb to really let that thing fly. And ask yourself which one had more power, which one had more force. Clearly the second one. And the answer is because when I put a muscle on stretch, it explodes. Just like jumping or throwing a ball. That's what the power plate does 30 to 50 times a second. Because of those reflexes, we turn on more muscles more often. I mean, 30 times a second is a lot. So if I do 30 seconds of squatting on a power plate, 30 times 30 is 900 potential muscle actions. 900. So I've now got more muscles doing more things more often. That's a win. But because of those reflexes turning on the muscles, it actually upgrades the three primary systems in the body. Number one, our neurological system. This controls the mothership, and this helps us turn this on. Number two, then I've got the moving parts, the muscles, the bones, the joints. And then number three, I've got my circulatory system. So the power plate upgrades all three of those systems, neuro, muscular, skeletal, and circulatory. So we like to think of this in simple terms. Software, hardware, and highways. Think of your software, your nervous system, as the operating system. Your computer's only going to run as efficiently as your operating system does. But if the operating system's working good, then I've got all the moving parts. In other words, the stuff that's going to allow me, the hardware, to run the programs in the first place. So now I've got a good operating system, software. I've got a good hardware system, the moving parts. But the response to those muscles working is increased circulation. So now I've got the highways, the stuff that puts oxygen around the body and takes the toxins out. So we know for the last 20 years and over 100 published studies that in those three areas, all you've got to do is go to our website or do a simple Google search and look up some of the incredible benefits that comes. So when we look at software, improved motor control, improved motor learning, and pain dampening, that hits every client I train. When I look at the hardware, strength, power, flexibility, metabolic demand, who doesn't want that in their training program? And then finally, the highway, some of my favorite, is if I can get blood flow in, as well as stimulate the lymphatic drainage system, which is toxins out, it helps me to reduce swelling and promote recovery quicker. So take a few minutes to look up maybe 2 or 3 articles on our website to see that this is not only safe, but it's one of the most effective training tools on the market today.